Okay, so I want to share with you guys this one little tweak, tip, hack that only takes like 7 seconds at most. That I've learned to do. That I'm realizing that I've been doing for years, but I just didn't realize the impact that it's been having on me attaining one of my main goals when it comes to my physique, which is to stay lean year round. I never liked that whole get big, get small type scenario where you had this big bulks and dirty bulks and all that stuff. I did that one good time and I felt like trash. And one of my goals, me being a gym rat overall, is I just wanted to feel fit and look fit and move fit year round. I wanted to have a certain body fat on my abs, have a certain look all the time because I felt really awkward in my skin. So that became an obsession of mine because it was something I could control. That being said, fast forward several years, start competing in drug-free bodybuilding, and that's when I really began to learn my food and my nutrition. And I realized how much I was messing things up because I wasn't eating anywhere near the amount of protein I needed. I was getting way too much sugar, and my numbers were all out of whack. And that's when I really learned that eating healthy doesn't guarantee you anything. You can eat healthy and not reach your goals. You may have healthy vitals, you may have healthy numbers internally, but to me, also being healthy meant that I also had the mental health that when I looked into the mirror, I liked what I saw looking back at me. That impacts me and my vibe, my energy, and that was part of my visual health, however you want to put it. So it wasn't just good enough to have good numbers in blood work. I needed good visuals and optics as well because that's what I saw on a regular basis. I don't see my health numbers, my vitals internally every single day. So the one thing I do see every single day is what I see is the person looking back at me in the mirror. That being said, skip liqueur. I remember getting my hands on. I tried so hard to get real good insight on prepping and how to get the body fat really, really lean, naturally speaking, because of course, given my history, I didn't want to use any type of drugs. That wasn't my goal. My goal wasn't to be this top tier bodybuilder. I did want to win some shows. I did want some trophies, and I wanted to take my body to the next level because I always wanted to see what is my God-given potential. So drugs was never something I was enticed with, but I recognized that what the drugs showed me was that there was a greater potential that the body could attain to. Now, if I could attain it to the same degree without the drug, I don't know. But the greater level of attainment, just like in Dragon Ball Z, you got the Super Saiyans, you keep leveling up. I genuinely do believe our bodies have the capacity to level up in that regards. And if you can, I told myself, if I could still get a pump, I can still get bigger. Whether the math was right or not, it has guided me and it served me well. So, hey, it is what it is. Anyway, I say all that to say, I've got a lot of books, I'm trying to find a lot of books, but no one ever really gave the inside scoop on what did they really do and how they really go about doing it. And then I remember Skip LaCour and Jeff Willett, two great natural pros. And I got to read some of the training journals and watch their DVDs so I can kind of get into their heads. And I remember one thing specifically Skip LaCour saying was that in his off season, before his prep would start, and I got this from him, was that he would get to the point where you want to get to the point where you're able to eat as many clean calories as you possibly can without gaining or losing any fat, or gaining or losing any weight, I should say. And you'll be surprised how robust and how strong your metabolism can become when you do that. It's a lot of work. That's the thing. A month after my prep, I will start gearing up and I'll get myself up to 4,400 calories, and then from there begin cutting, because when you cut from a high number and your metabolism is really, really healthy and strong, you may cut. Every week, on average, I will cut between 50 to 150 calories, upwards to 200. That's a safe range when you're talking about cutting, so that when you start going over 200 on a weekly basis, your body starts recognizing, or the chance of your body recognizing that there is some level of drop-off, level of starvation is higher, and you don't want your body working against you. You want everything directionally pointing in the right direction. So planning out small cuts kept the metabolism healthy while you're still cutting calories out from the diet. And over time, your body still wants, if your metabolism stays healthy along the way, your metabolism still wants that 4,000. Say we use that for a nice round number. You get your metabolism to 4,000 and it's burning at that level every single day. And then when you cut from 4,000 down to 3,900 intake, your burn is still here, but you have now dropped down by 100 calories. And then the next week, 3,800. Your burn is still here because you're doing it in a healthy, systematic way. And then 3,700, then 3,600, then 3,500. You see what I'm saying? Obviously, you're creating this gap in energy. But if your metabolism stays healthy and stays up here, and you're creating this gap methodically and systematically, that difference of 500 is not coming from the nutrition if you're not giving it, you're eating it, you're cutting that back out. That difference has to come from the stored fat in the body, because metabolically speaking, your body still wants to burn here. And since it's getting all the nutrients it still needs because you're eating so many clean calories, eating so much food, your body's not able to say, hey, We have plenty. We don't need to hold on to this excess anymore. So now what does your body do? Hey, Ron, Steve, go over to, I don't know why they're called that. Go over to here. Go over to the ham hocks. Get that off the meat, get the fat off of here. Let's burn some of that through. We need 500 calories in order to make up this differential, because his or her lifestyle is, boom, they here. Our metabolism is healthy, engine's going good. The training, they're doing the cardio, they're in the zone. We need to make up this differential in order to keep up. Or more so, to lighten the load so that we can bridge the gap between this 3,500 and this 4,000. But then we keep doing it. Ramping up, pushing harder, ramping up, pushing harder. It keeps pulling, pulling, pulling. Each week we're cutting. Now by the end of your prep, you may be down to 2,500 calories. That's still a good baseline of food that you're eating, but you created a deficit of 1,500 calories. So think about this, the burn, if your metabolism is at 4,000 and your intake is only at 2,500, but you systematically drop down from 4,000 all the way down, incrementally down to 2,500. That's why it takes discipline. That's why it takes tenacity. That's why you have to be able to stay on your diet for an indefinite period of time. Well, not indefinite, but really stay perfect week by week, because then you start being able to experience these other nutritional tweaks you can make, these other dietary changes you can tweak, and you can squeeze out of your body so much more at a faster rate. But you have to be consistent in your protocol. All that being said, I got real tired of trying to eat that many calories. I was trying to up my carbs, because if I get more carbs in, the carbs are things you enjoy. Eat doing noodles and pasta, and I was maintaining a decent weight. But then I was like, man, it'll be so much easier if I just swap the carbs for fats. And I got to the point where I could eat as much as I could food-wise, but I wanted to take my calories even higher. Why not? So I started doing what I call, there was a season several years ago where I did what I call fat loading, where I'll actually load in fat into my diet. And once I got to the point where I ate as many calories as I could eat, just actually from chewing, when you're eating 6 meals a day, as I did for years, this is what I call a chew factor. You'll realize how tired you can get just eating in general. The act of eating becomes laborious. And if you haven't done it, mind you, when I say I had 6 meals, I did no shakes. 6 meals every single day, 7 days a week, maybe 5 on Sunday, because sometimes not eating the meal was a cheat for me. Lord have mercy. But it's a true fact, you get tired. So I'll even organize when I have certain proteins based upon my level of tired when it comes to chewing. That being said, once I got to the point where I maxed out my chew factor and I maxed out how much food I could actually eat on a daily basis, I then went to adding in fat, because now 1 teaspoon of fat gives you like 60 calories. That's really easy. That takes you 7 seconds to go get the container, open it up, coconut oil, boom, bang, done. Or get the avocado oil, boom, bang, done. Or get the oodles oil, boom, bang, done. Or whatever they are. That was a very, very systematic way that I could control the amount and add in more. So I've been showing up. I've been helping a lot of our members on their doing a 21-day metabolic revamp. So you actually heal your metabolism over 21 days. And in that, it's had me go back to be looking at the protocols I've used over these years. And one thing, I go back to many preps, I realized there was a time period that I had 4 tablespoons of healthy fats throughout my day.